Hello again, everyone. Making part six or so of my true visual true ascension story. Um, and I, I'm not very good at any of this. I feel like maybe like I was kind of all over the place with my timeline, which is the one thing I've been struggling about with trying to get the story out. So there's mine. I think your charger's in my room next to my bed.
Okay, let me go and get it.
Okay. And so I tried doing this way, maybe explaining a few more things. So what I'm trying to show with the pictures is how first awakening, and how it's progressed to where I am today, and how fast it's gone, and the things I've learned. Once I learned of the star seeds, and once I learned of the star seeds, I didn't even really know about the light yet. Um, you know, I I just knew I needed to research it. I started joining the groups. Uh, Starseed Mass Meeting, I think, was my big one. And I started getting into like the metaphysical side of things, learning about meditating, and joining some metaphysical groups. I think starseeds and metaphysical are different. It's all the same concept, but I don't know. I didn't really resonate with the metaphysical side of it. I don't say the Om, but I don't know, the bowls. I see all that as being more metaphysical, and I just really resonated with the star seeds, and that's what led me to light workers. I learned about the light workers, and something there again was triggered, like, hey, light workers, this might be something I resonated with it, whatever it was. So I didn't know for sure if I was one. And there again, I started researching and listening to people who, other people who said they were light workers, and the 144,000, which I believe is correct. I don't think everybody is a light worker. I think a lot who claim to be light workers aren't. Um, you know, but there are true light workers, and I am one of them. I am, and I didn't even really come to that conclusion until, I don't know. I guess once I started sharing all this with everybody, because I didn't really want everyone to know what I was into, because I don't know, I just didn't want anyone to know or call me crazy again, or have problems with people checking in on my mental status and all that. I never felt there was anything wrong with my mental status, uh, you know, um, but others did, the knowing and all that. Anyway, so okay. Um, all right, the light. When did I discover the light? Again, I'm not really sure. I guess maybe with learning about light workers and working for the light. My friend John King, he was posting a lot of people doing things with the sun, to the bowls I'm talking about, and more, like I said, more metaphysical side of it. Me, I went gung ho on the light. I just, I don't know. Once I saw the light, it's hard to explain. Um, it got inside me, and I wanted to share what I feel and see with the light with everyone. Um, so I can remember. I'm not sure exactly when it was. September maybe. My first time seeing this. I'd seen it other people's photos, and then one day I saw it in my photos. I had been taking pictures of the sun and nature for a long time. And I all of a sudden I saw this, and I was in awe of it. And my first instinct was, I got to capture this. This is something here. What is this? I've never seen it before. Why is it all of a sudden showing up? And it's just part of the ascension process. it progressed. It started with nature, which part of the light, and taking pictures of it, and the little worlds I was seeing in the grass, the little bug worlds, and it just progressed. And then I saw this, and I went. That's when I went to integrating that with nature, light, nature. I mean, look at that. It amazes me. It amazes me. And when I first started capturing this kind of stuff and showing it to people, I was really kind of disappointed in the reaction, which was just kind of, oh, all right. Like, how is that not touching you like it did me the first time I saw it? Even the first time I saw it on someone else's picture, I was just like, whoa. I mean, it was beautiful. It was, I don't know, it was light. I guess having darkness follow me my whole life, I took to the light. I'm all about light. I said I am one of the 144,000 light workers. The minute I found out about it, the minute I found out about the star seeds, my mission was activated, and my mission here is to document, show, explain, help awaken by maybe showing people things they didn't know was out there, and somebody will find something in it they've been looking for. When I took a test, it said my light worker duty was being a messenger. Yeah, I mean, they say there's all these different kinds of them, and there again, I do a little bit of all of them. I show the light. I try to help awaken. I pass on messages. I don't know if I'm a channeler or what I'm doing with the light codes. I suppose I'm channeling them. I'm not really sure. It's it's wild, and some people. I don't know what I was gonna say anyway. Yeah, so I'm a true light worker, and it is all I do. I don't work. I get a little bit of money, keeps us going. Which is how the universe wants it, because he will not let me get a job. I've tried, but I work all the time, all day, a lot of the night sometimes, working the light and trying to awaken humanity. That is my job. Do I get paid for it? No. Do some people see me as living off the government and I don't work? But I work. I work a lot, because this is what I see as my work, and my payment for it is when I hear someone say they sell something new, or I've touched someone with the video. That's my payment, and that's fine with me. I don't want money. True light workers. They're again, light workers aren't out there, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on the light. No, they're not real light workers. Some of them were on the ground floor of things, and maybe we're supposed to be light workers. I don't know. But they're again, just like when Earth started, they're, taking advantage of having pre-knowledge, and are getting in on the ground floor of things, and are trying, and some of them I've even seen and have learned are trying to control it. They want to be the new, what's the word I want to say? Powers to be in the 5D, and that's the whole point of the 5D, is that nobody has that. Everybody's equal. Everybody has a place. Everybody is happy. There is no, we're in our sovereignty. There is no. One lady was like, "Yeah, my husband has ties back to the blood of Jesus, and when all this is done, he's trying to get followers now, and when all this is done, he might step up and declare himself king." And I was, and that was in my Starseed group, and I was very offended by that, and I let them know, no, you missed the whole point of this. Nobody will be bowing to you and calling you king. I don't care who's in your blood. There's 144,000 Jesuses on the planet right now. He was special as being maybe the first one to come here and try to introduce the light to people, but that does not make you a king. Sorry. I have rare blood. I'm an Rh negative, and they tie it back to the Anunnaki who came here and made kings, and but I'm nobody. I would never declare myself anything other than Amanda. Um, and Amanda represents light and love and nature and beauty, and she's trying to show it to humanity. I can remember one time when I lived in Arizona. I was stuck in traffic, and I looked up, and there was this perfect, beautiful rainbow right in front of me across the sky. And I looked around at everybody around me thinking, oh, wow, other people are going to be like, oh, cool, rainbow. And everybody around me was just stressed and looking down and pulling their hair and in their phones. And I rolled down my window and I started yelling, look up, people. Look up what's in front of you right now. It's a rainbow. And it's freaking, it's amazing. And I was really upset. And I really had a realization at that moment of, what's happened to humanity as far as forgetting the little things and the beauty of our planet. Because planet Earth is beautiful. I have my theory on that is, the dinosaurs, I don't know if the aliens knew about the dinosaurs, but, I think maybe they felt a big happening, in the universe. And that was when the dinosaurs were wiped out. And maybe they came here to check it out, what had happened, and found this beautiful paradise planet, and everything on it was gone. I guess maybe a few things survived to the alligators and things and whatever evolved from that, but I mean that's my theory on it. I do not think the aliens wiped them out. I think they just felt kind of like in Star Wars when he feels the planet had blown up and there was a great cry out, and I think the beings felt that about the dinosaurs and the asteroid hitting the planet or something. I don't know, and they came here and they found a freaking paradise, and they decided to make it paradise island. And I don't know how it got started exactly, but that's my theory on it. Makes sense to me, as some people believe there were never dinosaurs. I do not believe that. I do believe that there were dinosaurs, and this was their planet, and until they were wiped out, and then aliens made humans, or talked with God, the creator, and the universe, and they all put this thing together and made humans. I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that. Or the Godhead started spitting out the souls of the humans. I don't know. I know it's weird ideas, but that's what I think. And when they started coming here and coming to paradise, because our earth is beautiful. It's beautiful. There is so much living and life and perfectness about it, and I think people had forgotten that. And I was awakened to it. I'd always liked being out, going in the woods and stuff, but I really awoke to it when I went out west, and how the Grand Canyon. I went to the Grand Canyon, and I was just amazed. Like it's beautiful. Where we live is beautiful. Our earth is beautiful. And so ever since then, I've been trying to capture it and remind others of it. The little things. And it doesn't cost nothing. It doesn't cost anything to go out and look at a blade of grass against the sun. That's free. And it's cooler than anything you could buy. And it's always going to change. There's always going to be a different movie outside to go watch as the sun moves and the shadows change. And, that's my light work. Reminding people of that and trying to open them back up to it, to what things can be. That's my idea of 5D. No technology. That shit gone. Because that's one thing that's keeping people away from nature. Like all them people, weren't looking at the rainbow. They're looking at their phones. That is why I believe everything I believe about the internet. World Wide Web. A web. The internet. Webs and nets are for capturing. enslaving, and I believe it truly has. And hopefully, once we're done using this tool of the darkness, phones and everything, against them to help use them to awaken and show things, hopefully all this stuff will be gone, because humans were not meant to merge with machines. That's what started to kill nature and humans. Machines, we don't need them. We didn't have them for years. They built magnificent things, so we think. We don't know. Maybe the aliens did help build the pyramids and stuff, but they built all that without machines. There's some of them Mayan, places where they have them big rocks and things up in the mountains, and they're like, how in the heck did they get this 13,000-pound freaking rock up here? And they can't figure out how they cut them so perfectly with no machines. They can see that there was no machining done to these things. So maybe lasers, I don't know. But anyway, that's my idea of 5D is no technology. I remember I saw this post, and it was how people see 5D, and it was like people living in like hills, like little hobbit houses, and they were all happy, and they were farming, and the lady standing there talking to another who's picking the weeds out of his garden with her basket full of vegetables and fruit that she just picked. And that's what I see it as, living naturally again. Technology didn't come around until Roswell, and somehow it was introduced to us, and and it's gone from there. And it's only took 60 years for it to, humans have been around for over 2,000 years as far as we know, maybe longer. And it wasn't until, and then it progressed, and 2,000 years it didn't progress until then. And then in the 60 years, all of a sudden, bam, you can talk, you can pull up a satellite in space and put it down on someone's house. I mean, it's insane. And if you think about it in those terms, you see that, okay, yeah, something happened, man figured something out or was introduced to something, and, bombs. And of course they had to take it to a dark place because it was a dark tool. Anyway, didn't even get off into all that, but the 5D, when I first started Awaken, 5D, the heck is that? And then when I first heard about other dimensions and things, and of course there's always been movies and stuff, but it made sense. And the idea of ascending into a 5D, paradise, the Garden of Eden, they came here because it was beautiful, and they started this planet for everybody to come and relax and enjoy and be having a human experience, which was supposed to be great, love, laughter, things, just, the human experience. And my thought on that is, the dark fractions, the reptilians and them, got wind of it and came down here to check it out, and figured out that the starseeds, or the aliens who came here to have their human experience, had forgotten that they were one time light, and I forgot where they came from. And then they started, the reptilians didn't forget, saw that they had forgotten, and just manipulated it so that they could own the paradise planet, and own the star seeds and the other peaceful beings who came there for their vacation, and their human experience. And then they got wrapped up in karma debt, because bad things were introduced to them, and manipulated from them, and to them, and they all of a sudden weren't these peaceful, loving beings anymore because they had been corrupted. And then they started stacking up karmatic debt, and so they had, they could never get home, which they forgot that they even was another home. And when they were, dead after they died, they had to be reborn and just go through all these cycles. And I guess now these cycles are over. Me, like what I feel my light worker is, I do not believe that I have had many reincarnations. I think I come here uh, only during big events at the earth to help with. I think there's been other times where they were trying to awaken the humans. They came here with free will, so then they could not force the humans to awaken. So there's been these different things throughout time where stuff happened. Jesus, that was a time where they were trying to awaken. Again. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. That's just my feeling on it. I don't recall any past lives, but the only one I've tied myself to so far is, Constantine, from the 300s. I don't know what he was supposed to do, but he saw the light through, some curtains or a window, and it looked like a cross, and the light was trying to show him the light, so he could be the light worker he was for the light. But what he saw was a cross, thanks to, the reptilians and their manipulation of what they did with religion. And he saw a cross, which a cross is associated with death, punishment, in my opinion, all dark things, punishment, and so when he saw that cross, it didn't go to light, it didn't go to good and love and all that. He saw a cross and he saw, I need to punish people. I need to go and make sure that they, worship this cross and are fearful of it, because if they are not good or do as I believe, or believe as I do, then I have to punish them for it. And so when it said about the Crusades, and those who would not conform to the cross, he took out, and I don't blame him. I mean, he didn't know. He was just as corrupted. He came there forgetting, just as I did. And instead of being activated by the light cross, he was activated, but he was activated to the wrong knowing. And of course, we didn't have all the stuff we have now to help people to realize what a knowing is, and he just went with what he knew, which was religion was big back then. And so yeah, I'm sure I have some karmatic debt from that, but I do believe that's one time I came back to help trying to awaken humanity. I don't know for that for sure. It's just what I believe, what I've seen, and what I've come up with. So this time, so I don't know if I've been back before or after that. I don't know, but I feel like I'm here as Amanda, a light worker. I came here for a mission. I only come here for missions. I didn't come here to do karmatic debt. I didn't come here because I've been stacking up all this, throughout my different reincarnations. I think I just come here with a mission. And because the minute, I heard of all this, it's all I've done. Love my girls, take care of my girls and everything as well, but work the light. I do my mission 24/7, pretty much. So, I think one way to tell a false light worker and a real light worker is, they're not negative. They're shiny, they're happy people. They are just trying to show you things. They're not trying to tell you, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no, that's not right. You have to do this. Those aren't true light workers. Those are ones who are trying to control the new movement. And the only person you need to listen to, only person, don't even listen to me, is yourself. Yourself will tell you what is right and what is not. And you don't need these other people to tell you what to do. You will know once you start listening to the inner guides, or whatever they are, whatever it is, that's all you listen to. And I learned a lot about, I call them corruptors, the dark light workers or the fake light workers. I call them corruptors. They've infiltrated, the groups, knowing that it is a great awakening, and I don't know if they mean to do it on purpose or not. I don't know, and they start planting seeds of doubt. They'll tell you when you start speaking your truth, and they'll tell you how you're wrong. And then, like me, I questioned it. Am I wrong? I mean, do they know more than me? It was a struggle. And there was a couple times where I almost gave up from someone else telling me that I was crazy. My knowing wasn't right, and I needed help, and all these other things. And finally, after months and months of dealing with that, and almost giving up, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna believe them over what I've seen and what I know. I'm not going to. There's something not right about them trying to tell me that, and that's when I learned, everybody's truth is correct. It's because it's how you perceive it. Perception is reality. So, there's going to be all kinds of different timelines by the time this is all done. My timeline is, I want to live as the hobbits and no technology, and that's what I want for me and what I believe. And you can't sit there and say, "Oh no, that's not true." I mean, how do you how do you know? When I had to go have my little stint in the basement, for a few days because everybody was just like, Amanda's just lost it. She's talking weird. She's saying things, and I didn't know not to not say those things because I knew that they were true. So why would I not say them? They're true. And that's when I really realized how closed off people's minds were. That people would believe people that they've never met over someone they've known their whole lives just because of what they said was different. Anyway, this man walked up to the nurse's station and he was slapping himself, and he's like, well, the voices told me I have to. If I don't slap myself, then they're going to hurt my family. And the lady's like, oh, those voices aren't there. Don't listen to me. There's no voice there. That's what she kept trying to tell him. There was no voice there. Well, I was so angry sitting there listening to that. I was like, there's a voice there. Obviously, he's telling you there is. So how are you going to tell him no, there isn't? I mean, it made no sense to me. That is not how I believe that should be handled. It should be handled by finding out what the voices want, what it is that, what the voices are to the man, not to tell them that they don't exist, because they do. They do. They don't exist to you. They're not talking to you. How would you hear a voice that's not being spoken to you? So, I do believe that, schizophrenia and the mental illnesses, bipolar, it's all bullshit. It's all them, trying to keep you from realizing what's happening. The awakening of your inner thoughts, your guides, your higher self speaking to you has been told to us throughout the years that is a mental illness, and they want to put you on pills to quell that voice. And don't let them, because it's a purpose. It is you, and there's a message in whatever it is. And then there again, that that voice wasn't telling him to hurt others. It was telling him to hurt himself. And that was most likely, a dark entity. Can make him hurt himself. It just had to tell him, what it wanted him to do and what it would do if he didn't. And not that it could. It knew damn well it couldn't do any of the things because there's free will. It cannot go and hurt someone. It can put the whisper in the ear and put the thoughts in there for someone else to go and hurt someone, and to make that decision that they are going to listen to what the voice is saying and go hurt someone. But they cannot come out of their realm and do physical harm to people. So, hopefully we're getting that doorway closed. I'm seeing into that realm, and it's real. It is a real, you can't have a heaven realm, without a hell realm, which I call it a shadow realm. Dark crawly things. And the movie Event Horizon, I think, nailed it. And they nailed, that shadow world. And what it's all about, which is just chaos and, feeding on hurt and pain. And, anyway, I do believe that we are getting that door closed, and then beings will not be, or then, yeah, the beings, multidimensional dark beings will not be able to the door's going to close, and they're either going to die here, or they're not going to ever be able to come back to our realm. So that's what I believe is happening with that one. I'm sure there's things to eat in their realm. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I think I'm going to take a break. I'll leave you with that one there. Multi-dimensions, and, why humans who do horrible, horrible things, why they most likely do it is from, darkness, knowing their weaknesses and manipulating it. Manipulation. This whole planet has been about manipulation. Sad. Manipulation is not cool. It's taking advantage of innocence, and that is not anything that will be in the 5D. We won't even think that way. I don't think that way. The good light souls, humans we don't think that way. We don't want to hurt people. It's not fun. We want to laugh and love and enjoy things. That's what the human experience was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be murder and chaos and all the things that were going on in the universe that they came here to try and get away from. So, I don't know. It's an exciting time. So I'm going to look this over, see the things I didn't talk about that I wanted to, and where I am with my sorry, the camera's bouncing everywhere. With my, I always forget how to say it. With my visual, look at me glowing almost like a halo. True story of ascension.